So fast forward, I went to uni and I started in September of 2013 a psychology and counselling degree, and that was fun. The first year it was fun because I felt like I was back out there, like I'd done nothing for a year. Obviously I was a mum for a year, but like that was, uni was something for me again. So I was so happy to be back with people my age, you know, like experiencing something that wasn't being a mum. It was exciting. And then I got a job. I think I was working at Chicano's then. I basically worked at this chicken shop for like 2 years of my life, and it was really fun. If you're from Huddersfield or like surrounding areas, you know what Chicano's is, and I worked there. I was the first girl to work there. It was just full of like Asian lads like my age and a bit younger, so it was literally so fun because obviously we're all young people, so we were just like, we were working but we was having fun as well, so it was just like, it was like one big like family. So I had my shifts there and I went to uni and I had Jada. Obviously her dad was like helping. I think her dad was having her, it was irregular, so I don't really know when he was having her, but he was probably having her at some point, you know, helping a bit here and there, but nothing too major. So it kind of all fell on me and my mum to kind of be that main support for Jada. And because I was studying and working, it was a lot, like it was a lot. But because I was just distracted all the time by something else going on, I was so busy, no time for myself. I just didn't notice how burnt out I was becoming. I had no idea that it was going to come up for me again later on. Like I didn't know it was going to affect me later on. Second year I was probably still at Chicano's. I think I moved house to like a nice 3-bedroom house. It was still in my area, the same area like I lived before. Well, I always lived in the same area. My first house was literally around the corner from my mum, and then my second house was literally down the road from my mum. So that was a lovely house. I loved it. I still didn't have much, but I was getting more. So because I was working, I had money to get more stuff, so my house was getting there, you know. It wasn't really what I wanted it to be like, but I was getting the cheaper stuff still, so everything was like brown, you know what I mean, you know, when everything's just brown. Everything was brown, but I was getting more stuff. Like I got a nice dining table, you know. I just felt like I was more in the groove of, I'm a mum now, like I got a house now. Do you know what I mean? I was feeling it. When I was studying and at uni, that's where my more immature side was coming out, because I was allowed to be myself and I was allowed to be 19 again, or 20 or whatever. Yes, I was loving it. It was kind of, it was good. Then things started going a bit left. I don't know if it was in 3rd year. I think it was in 3rd year that I changed jobs. So I started working at Sainsbury's, but it was night shifts. So I felt like night shifts would fit better, and it was really good pay as well. So it was really good pay and it would fit better with Jada's childcare and going to uni and things like that. So there were times when I would do 7 shifts and then get up and take Jada. Sorry, not get up. So I'd do 7 shifts, come home at 7 in the morning, get Jada, take her to where she needed to go and study. I'll go to uni, go to my lectures, whatever, then come back, get Jada, come home, you know, not have slept, sort Jada out up until about bedtime, which was always like 7, half 7. Then I would have chance to sleep. Then I'd have like maybe a day off, but the next day off work, but I'd still have to go to uni, so I'd still get up early in the morning, get Jada to nursery, go to uni. Like it was like that. And then I remember, this is when I remember my first like weird situation, feeling a bit weird. I had a night shift on the Friday, so I finished at 7 o'clock on Saturday morning, and I raced back home because I worked out of town but not that far. But Jada had dance lessons on the Saturday, and I remember taking her to dance for like 9 o'clock. And I remember just feeling so out of it, like, but I just put it down to the fact that I'd worked a night shift and I was really tired. And like, people know that work late, it's like sometimes you get really funny and like hallucinate and stuff, like it's sleep is important, guys. I just remember feeling like I can't breathe, but it was weird anyway. I had a weird turn, and from then I just kept having these weird turns. It was definitely related to like anxiety, and I'm not sure exactly where it came from, but I know that it developed in my 3rd year of uni, and I know that I struggled with it, and I know that it took me out of work. I wasn't really able to leave the house for a while. Like this video is not going to be about that, because I would like to address that in a direct video, because I think it's so important to talk about that separately to this. But I just wanted to let you guys know that there was a period of time where I was definitely not myself, and I'm still going through things that from that period. Feel like it was because all the stuff that I dealt with in such a short space of time hadn't affected me at the time, but it's like slowly things were like piling up, but I didn't see it, I didn't feel it, I didn't notice it at the time. There was probably loads of points in time where I could have recognised that I was feeling weird, but I didn't. I just thought it was my normal emotion. So yeah, there was a time where it was hard, and I think ever since then I've been trying to get back on track and succeeding. Like I'm nowhere near how bad it was, but I think we all go through things, and we all have off days, and I've just got to allow myself to have off days and not feel like it's because the world's caving in on me, you know? The effects of being a young parent and having all these responsibilities and working so hard and studying and everything definitely had a massive impact on my mental health. I am such a strong-minded person and such an independent person, and I'd done everything myself, I'd got everything myself, I'd built this home myself, I'd raised my daughter mostly myself. Like I didn't feel like anything was going to destroy me. Like I felt indestructible. So when I did go through times of like that were hard, I didn't want to accept that that was what was going on, so I continued to push myself then. I didn't give myself time. I didn't notice it and think, oh my gosh, you need to slow down. I noticed it and thought, you need to pick yourself up and go and get it. So I remained very driven, very hard-headed, very stubborn. I continued to do my degree. I think I changed my job towards the end of my degree just to give me that time to focus on getting my degree. So yeah, I got that. I got a car. You know, I did all these things, and it was purely because I feel like it was because I wanted to prove to my mum and to everybody else that I didn't fail just because I was having a child young. And I feel like the first 4 years of having Jada, I just wanted to prove everybody wrong. I didn't want to be the stereotype. I didn't want to be that young pregnant girl. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to get my driving license, get a car, I wanted to get my house together, I wanted to work, I wanted to get my degree, and I did all of it. But my mental health suffered because I put myself through so much at such a quick pace. Balance is definitely something I had to learn to, and I'm still trying to learn to figure out. So that's another thing, when you put a child in the mix, it becomes hard to balance your life because you have no choice but to put all your energy into this child, and then still I'm expected to have energy left for myself, my friends, my work, my education. You know, it's a lot. It took quite a while to even feel a bit like normal. I was doing normal things, I looked normal, like I was on social media normally. Nobody would know unless I told them how I was actually feeling. But it took maybe a year to kind of feel like, okay, I'm getting somewhere now. So I graduated. That was like I graduated in 2016, and that was like one of the proudest days of my life because my daughter was there, and she was so happy, and she had the little graduation cap on, and yeah, she was just, it was just, that's what I did it for. I did it for that. I did it for that picture of me and Jada. I'll like insert it somewhere. I did it for that picture, to be able to blow that picture up and show my daughter, like, look what mummy did. If I did it, you can do it, you know. So yeah, I did it. Then I graduated, I went into work. I didn't go into anything to do with my degree, because I think throughout my time at university I didn't even end up enjoying what I did at uni. But you know, I wasn't gonna quit, so I definitely got my degree, but it wasn't something that I wanted to go into career wise. Jada was like 4, 5 I think these times, about 4 maybe, but about 4. Now it became easier. So I obviously was going through a lot of different things personally, in terms of just trying to find out what I wanted to do in life. Like, I was 21, I think I was 21, 22. It's so hard because it feels like so long ago. Yeah, I was about 21, 22. And I didn't know what I wanted to do in life, and I shouldn't have to know. Like, but I put so much pressure on myself to know, like, what is it you're going to do now? You need to figure it out. Since I graduated, it's just been a case of working different jobs, not loads of different jobs, but just working in different aspects, getting different feels for different things, and trying to establish what it is I'm good at, what I enjoy, along with bringing up Jada. And I feel like the last 3 years have been so much better, because she's obviously getting older, so I have to do less to kind of parent her, in a sense, like physically. She's obviously a lot older, she can do a lot of stuff for herself, and she can tell me what's wrong. She can tell me, you know, she's got a whole personality. Like, she can tell me anything. Obviously I'm still growing, and I'm 24, about to be 25, and I still don't know what I want to do, but that's okay. Like, because I have Jada, it's made me, like, previously it made me like want to know exactly what I was going to do. Like, I just put a lot of pressure on myself, and I think that's what was taking my mental health and my physical health down a like shitty path. I've just learned to be more at peace with what's going on right now, and stop worrying about what's going to happen in future. I'm trying to enjoy what's going on right now, because I'm missing out on things that I'm actually a part of, just because I'm so focused on the next step. Because it's been so much easier to be a parent and have my own life. I have so much support still, you know. Her grandma on her dad's side is amazing. She sees her dad every other week. They have a lot of great fun times over there. Yeah, she has a lot of great fun times over this side. You know, my mum helps a lot. Like, I wouldn't be able to do anything without my mum. So I don't know what it's like to be a young parent and not have the support. Like, that's one thing I don't know, because if I didn't have the support, I have no idea how I would have done it. A lot of my success as a growing young parent was definitely down to the support that I had. And yeah, I try and speak to people. A lot of people have questions for me about being a young parent. I try and answer questions as honestly and openly as possible, because I feel like it's so important to get the real understanding of what it takes. It can really bring you to points of breaking if you don't give yourself the time and attention and love that you need as a human being to be able to do anything for anyone else, including your children. So I'm just on a whole journey of learning how to balance all these things. You know, I work, I've got my house, I've got Jada, but she's 6 now, gonna be 7 in August. So she's a lot easier to handle. She's never been a bad kid, she's always been a really good child, and I've taught her how to be a good child. I believe that the way you parent your child from the moment they are born is exactly how they're going to behave, and Jada has definitely continued to behave up until now. She's really respectful. Everybody that knows her knows how much of an angel she is. She can have her moments, she's very hyper. But she's just an all-round great child, and she's going to be an amazing human being. She's going to be an amazing adult, should I say. I just want to be an amazing mum, but I also want to be an amazing individual. Like, I've allowed myself to separate myself from being mum and being me. I'm always going to be a mother, always, but I'm allowing myself time, and I'm allowing myself the opportunities, and I'm allowing myself the love. I'm just allowing myself to be loved, like, as a single human being as well as a mother, because I was getting lost in all I am is a mum now. And it's important to understand the difference. It's important to make time for yourself as a human being, as somebody that's got feelings and emotions and needs and wants. Like, my needs and wants don't go out the window just because I've got a child. And balance is key. I've said it before, but balance is key. I can't stress it enough. Allowing yourself to get things wrong, allowing yourself to make mistakes and not blame yourself and not feel guilty. Like, I think a massive thing for young parents, all parents, any kind of parent, is feeling guilty about not doing the right thing. Like, there's no manual to be a great parent. There isn't. All you can do is do your best, and if you know that you've tried, that's enough. Like, all your children need is for you to try, and all your children need is a happy parent. And if you're not happy because you're not allowing yourself time to do things that you love to do, and to, you know, do things that give you peace and relax you, and do things that make you happy, and do things that make, you know, that add fun to your life, and, you know, all those things are important. Because if you're not happy, your child's not going to be happy. If you're in a shit place, your child's going to be in a shit place, because you're going to transfer that energy onto them. And it took me a long time to figure that out, and I'm still trying to work on it. I'm still trying to get a good balance between, you know, my emotions rubbing off on Jada, and I'm trying, but I'm still 24 years old. I'm still getting a lot of things wrong. I'm still trying to get things right, and it's a journey, and she's on this journey with me. And now I look at it more like she's my little sidekick, you know. She's my daughter still, and I will always treat her such, but she is like my little best friend, and she teaches me more about myself than anyone else could, and that's such a valuable thing to have. And being a young parent has definitely grown me up quicker than anything else would have, but I have the knowledge and the understanding of what it takes to kind of get from newborn to 6. And I've done a lot of things wrong, and to get things right, and that's okay. So I would just like to be able to talk to you guys about it. That's why I've done this video, and I would like to be able to reach out to other young parents and answer questions, or just kind of give some reassurance to those that feel like they're going through a shitty time. I didn't have a lot of support from her dad. You know, it's not something that I'm gonna speak on too much, but, you know, we had our differences, and we continue to have our differences, even though we are both very different people now. We both try to be good parents to Jada, and that's what it's about, and we will continue. We have no choice but to continue to be the best parents we can be for her. And so yeah, I hope this video has been like informative. I hope it's helped some people that may not have kids, that are considering it and are like a bit younger than me, or those that are going through stuff and do have kids and maybe feel like everything looks so rosy online. Why am I doing things wrong? You're not. That's not what happens behind closed doors. And yeah, I'm just opening up the floor for people to kind of feel okay about talking the truth. Things aren't always perfect. Things are never perfect. Never. And you should never feel guilty about getting things wrong, because that's how you get things right in the end. So I hope you liked the video, guys. I hope it wasn't too waffly, and I'll be back with another one. You already know. Bye.